Hello everybody, Tammy here, and I wanted to share my latest journal with you. It's a Jane Austen inspired journal that I've made for one of my best friends. She loves everything Jane Austen. So the paper collection that I used was from Blue Fern Studios, the Jane's Memoir collection. Really pretty paper. So the cover, this is an old Reader's Digest book that I gutted and repurposed. So the cover I use part of the paper collection, and then for the back use the same pattern. Just put some soft lace going down the spine just to cover up the, I don't paint my books usually, so you can actually see the gold titles showing through, which I kind of like that look. So I thought it looked okay. You can't really see my stitches. That's why I put the lace on, to cover up my crooked stitches, sewing in my signatures. But this is a Tim Holtz, what are these called? Can't think of the words right now, but it was silver, and I put some of my metallic, I think I used the gilding polish on this and turned it to like a antique gold, and then just stamped Jane, I think you can see that, and embossed it with, I think, is that gold? I think it's gold. Yeah, gold embossing powder on a purple background. And then it's got the metal corners and gold color, what's that called? Boy, it's amazing how when you start to do a video, you just forget what everything's called. Eyelet. Okay, there we go. And then this is some really soft, I don't even think it's sari. I'm not sure what it is. I bought this from, I believe I got this from Tiffany. I think she's Shabby by Design, Tiffany. And oh, this, whatever this is, I bought it in several colors. And it's so soft. I like it. So that's that. And then we open this up, and I think I can put this down and you can see it okay. So here's the inside front cover, and this paper is so pretty. I just couldn't cover this up. So this is all, you know, what you see is what you get here on the inside front cover. I didn't put a pocket or anything here. I just think she's so pretty. And then here's my first signature. And for the cover of the signature, I used, you know, some of the paper. Did my little whale tail tab there. Love using that. And then again, I didn't put a pocket or anything. It started to get way too thick as I started adding stuff. So I'm just letting her enjoy the paper, you know. So I don't want to cover it up. Okay, so now we're getting into the actual pages, and I use, like I always do, I used a lot of papers that I've bought from crafty friends who, you know, coffee dye, tea dye, or other sorts of dye, you know, color their own papers and sell them. So I believe this is Michelle Hartley's paper, which I just love her paper. This is one of the stamps from the Jane's Memoir collection. There were several stamps that you could buy, different stamp collections, and I think I bought all of them. So they came in handy. That says London. I'm sure you can read it. And then these are those little seed packets that were really popular. I think everybody was getting them at Target or something a few years ago. So I included a couple of those in the journal because my friend, she, not only does she love Jane Austen, she also loves to garden. So I thought, well, she might be able to, you know, document some of her gardening things if she wanted to in this journal. And then I cut out this beautiful girl, and then this is just some, you know, pieces of the paper collection. And then the ephemera, well, this isn't chipboard. I bought the ephemera collection and used some of the pieces in here as well. And then I thought these were so appropriate. You know, these are the French to English language or vocabulary cards. So I chose the one that says book and to read. And included those, just tucked them in there, and the flowers go on top. And then I left a lot of it blank so that she can, you know, use it for what it's intended for, to journal in. This is some ledger paper. I think I got this from Cheryl Will, I think. It's really big ledger. Not ledger, it's a docket, a court docket. And I had to include it in here because my friend is an attorney that I'm giving this to. And it just seemed appropriate to include some paper from a court docket. She'll find that humorous, I'm sure. And then here's a little glassine bag that I just put some music paper on and some pieces of the ephemera. See that pretty teacup and saucer? I just love that with the roses. And then here's the book cover to Pride and Prejudice, which I think is Karen's favorite book, if I remember right. She likes all of them, but I think that's her favorite. And then I just made a little kind of trifold thing that she can, you know, take notes on or whatever. Here's one of the stamps. And I just did that in copper embossing powder. So, and then lots of little writing spots on there for her. That just tucks in there. And then this was another piece of the ephemera that came out of the kit. And then I think this is more Michelle Hartley paper. And then I have some stamps. These weren't the Jane's Memoir stamps. This is LeBlanc stamps, which I just discovered those this year. And they look like this. And I really like them. They're kind of like a foam. They're not wooden, you know, even the part that you press down, and they work pretty well. So that's like a collection of books there. And then here's some, I think this is Michelle's paper again, and this was part of the stamp collection I bought. It was Dear and Sincerely, and this was just a pretty little card inside the collection. And then I did print out some digitals that I've gotten of just lace pages, so I thought those coordinated well. And then I think there's even some Rosie avocado dyed paper in here. Rosie, I think I'm almost out of your paper. If you watch this video, I'm going to have to see if you still make it. I need some. Yeah. So again, just the lace. I don't know if you can see that real well, but I thought it went well with the Jane Austen theme. And then here is, I'm pretty sure that's more Michelle Hartley paper. And then here's the other side of that glassine bag. And I took this out of an old French language book. The paper's really aged. I love that little book. And then just, you know, lined it, the edge here with some lace. And then tucked these two little, there's another one of those LeBlanc stamps, chandelier. Just made little areas that she can write notes down. This was from the paper collection. It says Lavender and Old Lace. And again, that's one of the LeBlanc, that is one of the LeBlanc stamps. And then I used my whale tail just to do little tabs so that they're easy to take out of the pocket here. Oh, and this I think is from Junk Journal Shop Johnny, one of her digitals. What are these called? Calling cards, the vintage calling cards. So I thought that looked cute. So there's that, and then this is from the paper collection. And I just used my spellbinder to cut out a fancy little gold border there. Here's the other part of the court docket. More Michelle, the other part of Michelle's paper, and then the end of the first signature. Here is the second signature. Okay, and I made this envelope. Oh, who does this technique? Lori, Girl on the Ridge, I think is the first person I've seen do it, where she actually takes her paper and crumbles it up and then, you know, flattens it back out, not perfectly, but, and then she takes her, oh, where's my, you know the stuff. We use the Distress Oxide. I use Vintage Photo pretty much for all of my aging, but just rub it over, you know, with your distressor, and it picks up all of the creases and makes it really look like an old tattered envelope, which was what I was going for here. And then this little cameo is one of the newer die cut collections that I got from Maddie and Madison from their last sale. And that, oh, I love this little die. Isn't that cute? And then in here we put some stuff. I did a German scraps. I have the alphabet, so I took a J and an A for Jane Austen and just made Karen a little, you know, journaling spot there. And then pretty. There's the pretty with the French word for pretty. So I liked that. Then I, of course, included the This Book Belongs To card here. And then on the back, this smells so good. I used that, oh, what's it called? Finnabair. Those waxes that smell really, really good. So first I embossed one of the Jane Memoir stamps, and it looks like a book plate, if you can tell. And I stamped it and embossed it in gold. No, I did it in copper actually. And I just didn't like it. It was against the white card. So I took the gold wax and just used one of my little, those little brushes I bought. Kind of for stencils, I think they are. But anyways, I just brushed it on and it really coated this paper real well and covered up the copper embossing beautifully with the gold. So it almost reminds me of, you know, like an old cabinet card, the back of them, how some of them are so fancy. So I liked how that turned out. And then this is, I think this is Michelle Hartley's paper, and I just included it like a little piece of stationery that tucks in this envelope here. Oops, keep things up. I think I had that like that, and that like that. And then it closes and it goes right back in this little pocket right here. And you can see I just put a little applique. I didn't go crazy with the lace in this journal. I tried to include a little bit, but I just wanted her to use it. You know, she's not a crafty person, so I kind of did it, you know, with the thought of she's going to use it to write in. So I wanted to make it user-friendly, I guess. I love the back of this card. It's so pretty. And then here's a doily, and that's hand-dyed by somebody. I should be remembering. More Michelle paper. Then I used a lot of my German scraps in here. And then this is a digital that I have. It kind of looks like old wallpaper. And then the back. And here's some more digital. Looks like lace. And this one. Alright, and then this is, I can't show you what this says because my friend is very snarky like I am sometimes. So there's, this says something that I can't share on YouTube. But I will show you, this is actually a pocket. This is like a little piece of my homemade stationery that I did for her. But then this is just a little envelope with a piece of pink paper that says telegram. And this is one of the stamps from the collection too. Okay. So we'll tuck that back in there. And this is one of those paper bags. You know, the wax paper, brown paper bag. I love using those. So there's just music note paper. I used the gilding polish in, I used the pretty baby blue color because it seems to go so well with all of the colors in the paper. And then I used my Cameo again on this little piece of stationery. And this came out of the ephemera collection from Blue Fern Studios. So, and then the back, I used one of my Stamperia stamps, the ones that look like lace trim, and I embossed it with copper embossing powder. So isn't that pretty? I love all of their stamps. And you know where we get Stamperia stamps, right? We get them from Maddie and Madison's sales because they have all things Stamperia. Here's something, another stamp from the Jane's collection from Blue Fern Studios. And then here is another German scrap, rose. And then this is what started this entire journal, the whole idea. I was going through my card catalog cards and I found Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And I'm like, well, I didn't know I had that card. So I happened to be chatting with my friend who the journal is for, and I just took a picture of this, without the rose on it. And I took a picture and I'm like, you're not going to believe what I just found in my pile that I'm organizing. And she thought that was so cool that I had a card catalog for the book. So, and she has always complimented me when I've shared my journals, pictures of them with her when we're chatting back and forth. And she's so sweet. And so, as a crafter, you remember people like that, especially your friends that aren't crafty. I really do remember every single comment she's ever made on my stuff when I've showed it, to her. So that was the reason. Finding this, and then, how supportive she's been of, what we as crafters love to do. And especially being a non-crafter, to be interested and listen to me go on and on about, what I just found at, this sale or that sale. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure we all have friends that aren't crafters that, act interested or are interested. They don't act, they are interested. So this is another one of those seed packets. I just realized I'm just babbling on here. So I just put a picture. This is from the paper collection. Isn't she pretty? Yep. And then this, I believe, is more Michelle paper. And then, see, there's lots of writing space for her. And then this is another page that smells so good because it has that Finnabair wax. And I used 3 different colors here. First, I embossed it. It's one of the Stamperia stamps, the lace edge. I've got several of those. So I tried to use a different one. I think I used 2 or 3 in the book. But anyways, I embossed it, and then I just started putting the gold. Then I put some of the sage green. Then I put some of the purple. And I kind of like how it all mixed together. And then I thought it complemented the little lavender lace right there. And then this is a little spot to journal, and it's just got a little piece of paper in there. Just a little envelope. I thought that was so cute to just put there, and something like that just really sets off the page, I think. So, and this is the other side of that wax paper bag. So it's a pocket, And then this is the paper collection. And then inside here, I just included some old tattered looking paper with a whale tail tab on it. So there we go. And that'll go back in here. Okay. And then you flip it over and here's a pocket here. And then I used, it's like the apricot color gilding polish. Again, I used the music paper, made a pocket with some of the paper from the collection. And then these are actual pieces from the collection. And then here's something from the ephemera collection. So just thought they looked cute in here all together. There's that. And then this is the digital. Oh, I just realized I'm not really in frame. The digital paper that looks like lace. There's that wallpaper digital again. There's more Michelle paper. Somebody's doily, which I really love that color. I wonder if this might be from Amy, because I bought a couple of her paper packs. I need to go and see what her newest color is. That might be from her. That might be Amy paper. There's the lace. And then here is the back of the last signature. And then I did one of those CD cases, you know, the paper envelopes or sleeves or whatever they're called. And I used, I think I used the Indian pink, and I used copper and gold, and I just had fun playing with the colors on it. And then I used some of the old looking tape right here, actually because I ripped the this part because I put so much of that gilding polish on it, and it actually ripped. So, you know, I got out my old looking tape that we all know how to make because of, I think it's Johnny that showed us that from Junk Journal Shop, how to use your alcohol inks or whatever you have to make your tape look old. Okay, and then this is from the paper collection, and so is that. And then just some green lace that I thought looked pretty with the colors. And then inside here is just like a little notebook with that wallpaper, old looking wallpaper as the cover. And then that flips open. Okay, let's see, let's get in frame. And she can journal here. She can tuck some pictures in here. Like I said, there's a little notebook. I won't pull it out right now. But isn't the back pretty? Look how pretty she is. And then here's the very back of the book. And I did a library card pocket. I believe I used Lindy's spray in, I don't even know what color, but isn't that pretty? It's like a peach. It kind of, I tried to pull all the colors from the paper collection. So it was like a peach. And then I used one of the stamps from the Blue Fern Studio for this paper collection, and it's like a big wide piece of tattered lace, the stamp. So I stamped over the entire library pocket, and then I put copper embossing powder, and so then I covered up half of it with the Pride and Prejudice you know, piece of paper there. But okay, it's okay. I mean, it's, you get the idea of the look. And then there's some lace, and I included a little envelope, you know, like a little letter there. And then this was actually in the paper collection. So I had to have a library pocket in the back of the book. And yeah, so that is it. That is my Jane journal, and I'm going to package it up as soon as this video posts and I know that I have a memory of it, I will package it up and get it sent off to her, and hopefully she will love it and be really surprised. So thank you so much for watching. And oh, hey, I forgot to show this one. So this is a bookmark that I made for her, and it kind of serves dual purposes, because you know these journals, when they get, you know, like this, to write in them is not always easy. And I know Johnny makes writing boards, which I want to get one of her writing boards so bad. I need to email her. But this is a extra thick bookmark that I made, and I thought she could almost use it for writing. You know, it's not as wide as the page, but I think it would help. I mean, I don't know. This happened to be a tag off, I think, oh, what did I get? A beading tool or something. And the tag was like, I usually don't even think to save stuff like that, but this tag just spoke to me when I saw the size of it. I'm like, well, that would be great for a journal. So, you know, I covered it with the paper, did the distressing around the edges and edged it with the gold, put a little eyelet and some little vintage lace there, and you have a bookmark. So, forgot. And then I tried to keep the theme going, you know, the whole Jane Austen, you know, all of her stories, with the doily paper. This is not part of this collection. This is a really pretty, and it's old. I've had it for a long time. The paper's thinner, so it's great for making envelopes. I think I bought it at Hobby Lobby, the collection, and I don't have it right here, but I don't think it's Hobby Lobby brand. I just can't remember what brand it was, but it's the prettiest papers, and I just thought it went well with this. One of the other envelopes I made was from this same collection, but you know, I've got the key, and this has a couple of different metallic waxes on it. And then I just wrote Karen's name in copper in my marker. I don't know if you can see it. And then I just included a note inside to her. So so now I've showed you everything. So again, thank you so much for watching. And I'm not sure what's next up on my table, but you know, this one just came out of the blue. I had the weekend off. Actually, the last 4 days I've had off, which has been nice, and I'm proud to say I spent most of it in my craft room, and I'm not one bit guilty, because with the pandemic, you know, we can't go anywhere anyway, so I figure, okay, I can just stay in my craft room and stay safe and healthy, and I have contact with the outside world with watching YouTube sales and all the crafty artists, you know, what they share. So we just had a small Thanksgiving here with my son and husband, and hopefully next year will be a lot better, and we can all get together with our big families, and yeah, just hope that it's better next year. So anyways, it's with all that to say that it's actually nice to have a hobby right now, because you know, I work remotely all week, and to have something to take up the weekend when you can't go do anything is nice. So, and I'm sure you can all relate to that too. So thank you for watching, and sorry I kind of babbled on at the end here, but it is what it is. So thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.